For the Delta Math topic, circumference and area of a circle, you really need to be on your toes on this one and watch the wording of the questions, because they're going to give you enough information, kind of like a puzzle. You get a piece of information from that puzzle and then you apply it to another formula. So they're going to usually give you the circumference to find the area, or they'll give you the area to find the circumference. And there's no formula that relates those two things directly. So you have to make sense of those formulas and figure out what's the radius or what's the diameter, so you can go use it in the other formula. So this first one says the circumference of a circle is 13 pi centimeters. What's the area in square centimeters? Square just means it's two-dimensional. Okay, express your answers in terms of pi. So that's one little favor they did us. We don't have to multiply by 3.14. We can just pop that pi on there without multiplying by 3.14. So you have to understand the formulas first. Circumference, which is a fancy word for saying the perimeter of a circle, is pi times the diameter. Well, the diameter is 2 of the radii. I never know what to say. So you could think of it also as pi times 2 radii. Well, the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared, or pi times radius. Okay, notice we've got pi and radius in both of these examples. So that's why take what you know from one and then just slip it in the other formula to figure it out. So on this one, it says the circumference, this one is 13 pi. Well, look, this says pi times diameter. And they said 13 times pi. Pi times diameter, 13 times pi. Switch the order and diameter is 13. Okay, 13 times pi, or pi times 13, pi times 13. Diameter must be 13. Well, half of the diameter is the radius. So half of 13 is 7.5. The radius must be 7.5 centimeters. Okay, so we had to find that puzzle piece, and now we're going to use it. We're going to take that puppy and we're going to put it in here, not just once, but twice, because we're not multiplying it by 2, we're squaring it, multiplying it by itself twice. So pi times 7.5 times 7.5. Okay, that's going to give us our final answer. In fact, they said to leave it in terms of pi. So really, I'm just going to multiply these two things and put pi at the end in the back. Okay, the answer would be, oh, did I say 7.5? 6.5. Come on, Mrs. Landers. You know better. You know, forgive me. We all have our moments. Half of 13 is 6.5. Thank you very much. I'm allowed one mistake today. All right. Just kidding. I'm sure I made many. Okay, so now that we know 6.5 is the radius, we plug it back in. We squared just that, and we get 42.25. And remember, since we're leaving it in terms of pi, just put that pi at the back right there, and we can leave it in terms of pi. Don't forget your label of centimeters squared, though. Okay. The next one sort of flip-flopped. We need to know. Sorry, they give you the area, and you got to figure out the circumference. So again, quick reminder: area equals pi times r squared, and circumference equals pi times diameter, or pi times 2 radii. I still don't know. Okay, so if the area is 9 pi, that means it's pi times 9, which means the radius squared has to be 9. What number squared is 9? What number times itself twice is 9? Well, 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is... So the radius must be 3. I know that one's right. Okay, now that I know that the radius is 3, well, the radius is half the diameter. So just visualize that, okay? Here's the circle, the diameter cuts all the way across. The radius is half of that. 2 of those radius, this plus this, is going to equal the whole diameter. So radius, if I double it, that's going to be 6 pi. And we're talking feet, okay? So if we do feet, and by the way, circumference is one-dimensional. We're talking about a distance that's one-dimensional. So you just have plain old feet as the answer. Yes, did it. Didn't mess up on that.